Welcome back to the MANN channel. If you haven't entered the surfboard giveaway yet, make sure to get over to that video and get yourself entered. I'll put a link right above me, I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll put a link at the end of this video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to share with you our new lake house. And I refer to it as our lake house because we basically stay in it for most of the summer right at the lake. I do want to lightly touch on what's happening in our world today, the coronavirus pandemic. I am choosing to continue my weekly videos through this pandemic because I believe that there are a lot of people right now sitting at home looking for ways to keep themselves entertained. So rather than taking a week or two off, I'm going to try to continue to make weekly videos and give you guys something to watch. So I hope you guys are staying home and keeping safe out there. We'll get through this eventually. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into more about our new lake house. So during our 2019 summer season, we decided that we needed a new camper or RV. We had a 2011 Coachman Catalina 28 BHS, which worked great for us for about 5 seasons, but we spend about half of our time in our camper during the summer because we're always at the lake. And because of this, it is basically our lake house. And so we wanted to have similar comforts to a home as much as possible. Once we experienced our first season in that camper with our daughter Wakely during her first year, we realized that there was much more to be desired for a camper or RV in our situation. The 2011 Catalina was just too small at that point. We even went so far as taking out the bottom bunk in the back bunk room so that we could put her pack and play in there, and that was basically her sleeping spot during the summer, which worked out, but we still felt very crammed with all of her stuff and just taking care of a baby in that space. So in September, after Labor Day, that's when our camping season ends, I pretty quickly sold the 2011 Catalina, and then we were on the hunt for a new RV. And we were actually looking at used RVs because of what our budget was and how much space we wanted. Some of the things that we were looking for is I really wanted recliners. We also wanted to have a separate room for Wakely and our guests. And we wanted a few other amenities to go along with that. But those were some of the key factors. And most of what we could find for the size of the camper and the amenities that we wanted, it looked like it was going to be able to afford us something that was lightly used. But then we found a pretty great deal on a Grand Design Imagine 3170 BH or bunkhouse. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some clips and give you a tour of our new lake house. Alright, so you can see that I am finishing up putting the slides out. There are two 3-foot slides on this RV. And now I'm walking in the main door. There are 2 doors on this, and right into the recliners and basically the great room or the kitchen / living room. There's the instrument panel, and there's some hooks. And down further, you'll be able to see that there's a pretty cool little cubby for shoes. I'm putting my foot in there right now. That's really nice to keep shoes out of the way. It'll be a nice feature for us. And right by the instrument panel, there's a deep cabinet, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of cabinet storage in this camper. Less outdoor storage or utility storage. You can see there's a cabinet rack there, and then another cabinet on the other side. Pretty good storage there. And then you can see the bedroom, or Wakely's room, or our guest bedroom. So as we go in here, you can see that there's 2 bunks on the left, and there's a couch and a bunk that folds down on the right. And the couch folds into a bed, like a lot of RVs do. I forgot to fold down the bunk, but pretty straightforward, just a bunk that folds down. You can see there's a smaller bunk on the bottom, which is perfect for Wakely for a while. And there's drawers below that. And there's actually also drawers below the couch. So again, a lot of great drawer and cabinet space or storage. There's also another cabinet right at the foot of Wakely's bed. You can see that there is a place to put a TV up top. And there's another good view of the kitchen down through the bathroom to the bedroom. So let's talk more about these recliners. I was pretty excited about these. Previously I didn't have a good space to relax in. So these are actually heated, which is really nice. Has some ambient lighting, which is cool. And they actually are massaged as well, which is kind of a joke because all it does is sit there and vibrate, which to me is not really massaging. But the heated part of it, and just the fact that they recline and they lay out pretty well, I like it a lot. It's going to give me a place to relax, whereas previously we just had a little fold-out couch and we had the dinette, and that was it. You can see that there's a little storage right there in the armrest. And then there's also some USB ports right by the recliners. Now we're looking at the cabinets across from the recliner as well as the entertainment center. So it came with a TV. These cabinets are great, lots of storage. You can actually take out that middle shelf there and use it as a longer or taller garment storage place. And then there's a little spot for your radio, DVD player. You can see there's an outlet there. You can plug other things in. That's probably where we'll keep a lot of our DVDs. And the TV does come out. It does have an articulating mount. Then we have our dinette. And there's a couple things that are cool about the dinette. It is sort of a wraparound. That middle piece in the back is actually a little like ottoman you can pull out of there. Switch back over to here. I'll show you the windows. They all have blackout shades, which is really cool. And what's nice about them is when you want to put them up, all you have to do is tug down on it a little bit and let go, and it just slowly retracts. So more about the dinette. The table is actually cool because you can totally remove it and use it in the middle of the kitchen if you want to. There is storage underneath of the seats as well. Our refrigerator is pretty much the same size, but it does have nicer handles. And also it has these kind of guards, or I'm not sure what you call those, but it keeps your food or items from sliding forward out off the shelf. There's a couple of cabinets below the fridge, and one of the things that's really cool is we have dog dishes in a drawer. We do have a German Shepherd, and we always had our dishes out in the way, so very cool. The oven has ambient lighting, which is kind of useless, but it is neat. What's really cool about the oven is it has that glass top that goes over the top of it, so you can use it as extra counter space when you're not using the oven. And it actually acts as a bit of a backsplash when you're using the oven. The layout of the countertop is actually about the same amount of space as our previous camper, but now we have that extra countertop when we have the stove covered, and there's an extra little bit over on the side I'll show you in a second. One of the things that was cool is our sink. We now have the extended sprayer feature, which we did not have on our last camper, and now you can see that extra little extension for more counter space. So even though the layout is the same as our last camper, we still have extra counter space. And there's a microwave, pretty typical microwave. One of the things that's cool about all the cabinets is there's no hinges exposed. So all the hinges are hidden, so a nice little feature. Now I'm going to take you back over to the instrument panel and show you that you have a main switch for your lights when you come in the door, and when you have it off, that switch is still lit up, so you know exactly which one to hit. Also, the light right above the door is a motion light, so it'll come on automatically, have light right away. You can turn it off though, I have it turned off right now. So now I'm going to take you over to the thermostat. It's a pretty normal thermostat. One of the things that's cool about the air system in this RV is that the vents are on the sides instead of the floor, so your vents aren't collecting dirt and dust and dog hair. So that's a very nice feature. We like that. And so now to take you into the bathroom. Our bathroom is a walk-through to our bedroom, but that makes it a very spacious bathroom. So you can see we have that little corner sink, and one thing that's nice as well is there's a main switch for the lights in each room on the wall, as opposed to reaching up and turning the lights on up above. The toilet is nicer, it's bigger, it's a porcelain toilet. It also has a ball valve, which apparently is better. I don't have experience with it, but I'm told that's a better scenario. You can see there's towel storage right by the shower, and there's a towel rack on the door, and you can see our shower. It's about twice the size as our last shower. It's not a tub, but still has enough depth on the bottom to hold some water. And what's nice is the door on it is actually set up to where it squeegees itself off when you put it back in. So then on into the bedroom. There's another one of those light switches for the main lights. So this is a similar setup to our last camper as far as the space. But one of the big differences is that we have that big door to the bathroom, so it's easy to walk around the end of the bed. Also, it has a door to the outside just for this room. We can put Wakely to bed, be outside hanging out, come in without waking her up. You can see we have some lighting, some reading lights above the bed. They can be blue or white. And there's outlets on both sides, but there's USB ports on one side. So now I'm showing you the electronic awning, which is very cool for us. Previously, we didn't use our awning very much because it gets really windy at times where we camp. So because you couldn't put it away quick enough, it was kind of a risk to use it because it could get caught by the wind and destroyed. But now that it's electronic, we can put it out and put it in pretty quickly. So we'll probably use it a lot more often. It also has an LED light strip right underneath of it, which I forgot to show you. So I'm going to go around to the back of the camper and show you that it has the main 50 amp plug at the back, spare tire, and there's this pretty cool little hookup for water, quick connect water. It came with a little spray nozzle You can quick connect there and in another spot if you need to wash something off with it. Then we have this outdoor kitchen, which I actually am not a big fan of these. I'd rather have the space inside just because I don't feel like we use this a whole lot. You can see it comes with a mini fridge. There's some drawer storage. There's also a grill that it comes with. Be much more useful to me if it was a regular grill as opposed to a couple of burners. You can see it has side walls to block the wind. I just couldn't do it very well with one hand. It has a couple of cabinets up above. We're going to actually keep an ice maker back here that we got as a gift, and have that running. One of the things I don't like about the fridge back here is that it only runs off electricity, so you can't leave anything in this fridge that could go bad when you're not using it, unless you're plugged in. The steps for the main door are the type that fold up inside your door, so I do like that. There are outdoor speakers. Here's your cable connection, an outdoor outlet. So here's one of those handles. Both doors come with those handles. The steps on the back are different, but they are much easier to use than our previous camper, and they're much more sturdy, so I do like those. And the hatches in the front for your kind of exterior storage, they're nice because they lock up in the up position magnetically, and you can just drop them and they'll latch again. You can see that it's pretty good sized storage. I love the fact that there's aluminum framing in here that when you open the door it automatically turns a light on. So nice there. The trailer jack is power. I had installed the power one on my last one, so good that we have one on this one too. Coming around the other side, you can see your black water tank clean out connection. Not to be confused with your potable water connection. There's a light right by the sewage drain in case you're draining at night. There are two different gray tank gates because there's one for the bathroom and one for the kitchen. And what's nice about this one is it has that freshwater tank gate, so you can actually drain the freshwater tank really quickly. My last camper was not so easy. There's one of the places you can fill up your potable water with. And there's also a connection for solar panels if you end up putting solar panels on your camper. I had solar panels on my last camper and I just I hooked them up myself, but it's nice to have a plug-in. So this is actually pretty cool. There is a little unit here that has several features. First of all, there's a hose that you can just put into your antifreeze when you winterize it and it'll just suck it in. There's an outlet right here, which is really nice. There are your cable connections for the different rooms. There's a battery kill switch, so you can, when you're not using it, you can actually turn it off so it's not draining your batteries. There is a city water connection here, and you actually have a valve where you can flip it between your city water or your freshwater tank, so you don't have to disconnect and put it in your other freshwater tank fill hole. You can do it right while you're connected to your city water. And then you can see there's another connection for that hose that you can use to spray stuff off with right there. And then your city water connection hose would actually come right up through this hole. It's a cool feature, but I also worry about mice climbing up the hose into the camper. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's our new lake house for the season. We're really excited to use it. I think we're actually going to spend a night in it here at our house just so that we can make sure we have everything we need and get comfortable with it, get used to the situation. Normally I wouldn't take the cover off of it until much closer to Memorial Day, which is typically our first camping trip. But because we needed to load all our stuff in it and get it ready. I wanted to do it earlier so we'd have plenty of time to get things figured out. I'm actually ready right now to start my wakeboarding season. The ice is about off the lake. The boat is ready. It's just a matter of hitting it on the right air temperatures. I needed the air temperature to be at least mid 60s or above for it to be doable enough for me in my 4-3 wetsuit, which should happen anytime. I was hoping it would happen in March, but I am making this video on March 31st, so we didn't quite make it in March, and I haven't been able to up to this point, but usually I get out in the next few weeks for the first time. So I'm really excited to start the season. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have any other questions or have any thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click that notifications bell so you can be notified of my future videos. I'll see you next week.